Good evening, Verblingites. Welcome. My name is Holly, and I'm going to do a live online discussion about would you rather. So, would you rather do one thing or the other? For example, would you rather be rich or poor? That kind of thing. So I'm hoping that people can join me today, and we will discuss this activity. So. Um, Again, my name is Holly, and I am actually calling from Idaho. It is 8:01 p.m. here in Idaho, um, and the weather has been very nice today. And right now, I've got my door open and breeze coming through, and it seems like it's going to be a very nice hour. So I hope people can attend, and we can practice a little bit of English together. So we've got anyway, to talk a little bit about me, I'm originally from Idaho. I was born and raised here, save a few years in Oklahoma, and about 6 months in Washington State. As an adult, I've lived in about 7 different states, and I've lived in 2 foreign countries. I've lived in Finland and in South Korea. I really enjoy teaching English, and I've been teaching English since 1994. And in 1994, I lived in South Korea, and I taught English there for about 2 years. Then I went in and got my master's degree, and then I moved to Finland for a 9-month contract, and I was still there after 11 years. About 5 years ago, I came back to the States because I realized I could teach online, and so that's what I've been doing. I did get sidetracked here and did a few other types of jobs, but my true love is teaching English, and especially online. So I hope people will join me today in this conversation discussion, where the discussion will be on would you rather, and it will pretty much be a springboard discussion for other things as well. So would you rather be rich or poor? And then maybe we'll talk about other things. Would you rather be a boy or a girl? Would you rather be short or tall? Would you rather go to California or New York? Would you rather live in Asia or Europe? So all kinds of different things. And then at the end, if there's time, you will come up with your own questions that you would ask the group. So that is the plan today. So I hope you can come and we can speak English. And a lot of times I like to bring in idioms or some type of vocabulary, but for this activity I decided that it's that we would just do a straight discussion and so forth. When I do discussion classes, I put feedback in the chat. So we have somebody here. Yay! Yay! So hi, Carlos. How are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm glad to see you. How are you?
Nice to see you too. I'm doing really, really well. And where are you located, Carlos?
Well, I'm from Argentina, but I've been living in Italy for a long time. And
Oh,
tonight
okay.
tonight it's 4 o'clock in the morning. This moment, I can't sleep. It's a rainy night, so I decided to
Ah.
get up and take some lessons in Berlin.
Well, why not? That's kind of nice for people who can't sleep and they think, oh, let's just get online and go to Verbling. That's a great idea. So you have some insomnia, but it is Friday night. Do you have to work tomorrow?
No, 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 not at all. This is the reason because I'm here.
Okay.
Otherwise I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna introduce you to somebody. He's bothering me right now, so I'm gonna bring him up here. Ah, this is my. Oh, come on, baby boy, come on. Uh, this is my dog,
Ah, good.
and he needs a haircut right now. He needs a haircut, but
What's
this is
his name?
Alpo. His name is Alpo. So
Alfo? Yeah.
Alpo, yeah. And he was born in Hungary, and then I got him when he was 3 years old. When we lived in Finland, and then about 5 years ago, he immigrated to the U.S. with me. So
Ah, good. But are you from Finland?
no, I'm from the U.S. I lived
Ah,
in Finland for 11 years, so I feel like I'm Finnish. So maybe I'm an honorary Finnish. So
I've
how
been
long have
once a
you?
time in Finland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you lived in Italy?
Oh, exactly 24 years.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
24 years
Okay.
living in India. But I lived for, no, 24 and a half. 24 years in Milan, but
Huh?
since May I moved on here to Trieste.
Uh-huh.
Trieste is in the northeast of Italy, pretty close to Slovenia and Croatia.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, for a job question, I moved on here. So I'm living here for 4 months. Four
Okay.
months.
Okay. So
A very different life in comparison with Milan.
uh-huh.
But okay, I get used to live here sooner or later.
Yeah. It takes a while to transition. Well, so Carlos, do you know Sergio? Sergio?
Sorry. Ah,
Do you know Sergio? Sergio, can we hear you?
Can you hear me? No?
Yeah. Sergio, this is Carlos. He is actually living in Italy
Italy.
right now. And when you came in, I thought, you need to ask him about Italy because you were just telling me you wanted to travel there. Uh, Oh, okay. It looks like he's got,
Sergio.
yeah, maybe he
He
was
would
in my
have.
last class.
Yeah.
And one of our questions was, what are two countries you want to travel to? And he said Italy was one of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and so yes.
No, sorry for interrupt you. No, no, but generally people all over the world want to be in Italy at least once a time in life.
Yeah.
Here
It's
is the,
it's
yeah,
funny because do you know the word radar?
yeah. Rather,
Okay.
I prefer wine rather than beer.
Yeah, but do you know the word radar?
Rather, yeah.
Radar, where you can say in English we say well that maybe that opportunity was never on my radar. Okay, and that's a way of saying I had never considered travel going there. Uh,
Oh,
I
good.
had I had never considered that, and
I have never
and
considered that.
you
Good.
can say that was never on my radar. So I traveled to Italy for a conference in 2009, and going to Italy was never on my radar. There were other countries I've wanted to go to, but never Italy, and I
Good.
really liked it. So, but I'm
But
an unusual person.
but
So
where did you stay in Rome or Milan?
um, we were in Rome for the weekend.
Good.
Um, Rome for a weekend, and then we went to Pisa.
Pisa. Yeah.
Pisa,
Yes.
and it was for an EU project planning meeting.
Very nice Pisa. Also, but
Yeah.
it's smaller than Rome, of course.
Hmm.
But no, it's very nice. Also
Yeah.
Pisa. It's a story. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah. And I was with my boss, and I was out of Finland, and she was out of Germany, and she could speak Italian, so it was easy for me to be there.
good.
Yeah.
Next time I can translate you Italian.
Yeah, if I ever get back there.
Then again, I can be your simultaneously translator.
Yeah. Currently, my passport is expired. So
Well, you can renew it whenever you want. Yeah.
it's true. It expired in 2010 and I just have not renewed it yet. So
Oh,
so
good.
but Sergio, Carlos is from Argentina, but he's lived in Italy the last 24 years. And
Yes.
I thought
Hi,
you can
Sergio.
ask him questions about Italy uh, because you were telling me you want to travel there. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Carlos, how are you?
Hi, Sergio. Hi. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil, come vai você? Okay. Well, I've been living in Italy for, as Holly said before, I've been living in Italy for just 24 years. Yeah, 24.
wow.
So
24. Wow.
24,
So
24. I came
do you
here 1 month before the Italy World Championship, Italy 90. So,
wow.
yeah. I came here 1 month
Uh,
before and watched the first match in Milan, Argentina Cameroon, and following Maradona, all the championship, and I decided to remain here, to stay here. My mother was Italian, so I've got two passports, Argentinian and Italian. So it gave me the opportunity. It gave me the opportunity to to stay here without problems.
mhm.
No wonder your accent is Italian, no Spanish anymore.
Yeah. That
Italian.
happens. So
Maybe.
do you speak Italian more than you speak Spanish now?
Yeah, because I in a full immersion in Italian life. I don't
Uh-huh.
like to speak in Spanish. Otherwise, you start to speak in two languages and then you make confusions. No. I'm in full immersion in Italian life. Anyway, when I start speaking in the street, everybody asks me if I'm from Spain or South America because my accent is always with a Spanish background.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
But until you start speaking, everyone thinks you're just a regular Italian. Yeah.
yes. No, but they speak fluent Italian.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Italian fluent. So not not
Yeah.
not like English. So I like to speak English like I speak Italian,
Well,
but for the moment,
maybe you can with with all the different verbaling classes you can pop into when you're not, I think what you've done is making good use of your time since you couldn't sleep anyway. Just wake up and take a verbaling class.
oh, the more
So,
insomnias I've got, the more I learn English.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, this class actually, what I set this up is just a regular general discussion class, and we'll have some different topics. And what my hope is that it will springboard to other topics. It will be a springboard to other topics and other free topics. So we can spend 2 minutes on a topic, or we can spend 20 minutes on a topic. It doesn't matter. Okay. So the first one, the question is, would you rather? Okay. First question is, would you rather be rich or poor? Sergio.
I would I yes, I would rather to be rich, but with my life, no?
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's this way I could enjoy traveling more that I've been enjoying until now, and yes, But again, should be the same way. I would like to live the life I have,
Mhm.
not
Okay.
like
Okay.
uh,
So you are satisfied with your life right now. So
yeah,
a little bit more money would be nice, though, right? So,
yeah. Why
uh,
not?
is it Kako? How do you say your name? The new person that just arrived.
Hi,
Uh,
teacher. You
Hi.
said
Is it
you
Kako?
pronounced perfectly.
Oh,
Yes,
perfect.
Caco.
Okay. And where are you from, Kako?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. So we've got two people from Brazil, and then we've got an Argentinian Italian in our class today. Awesome. Okay, so Kako, how about you? Would you rather? He left.
Pedro,
Carlos left. Kako, would you rather be rich or poor?
I would rather be a rich
Mm-hmm.
because of the advantages that come from the correct use of the money. When someone is poor, he has many difficulties to achieve his base to accomplish his basic necessities,
Mm-hmm.
rather
Okay.
than being a rich person. It can take advantage of many opportunities, a lot of opportunities
Mm-hmm.
if they use correctly
Okay.
their
So
resources.
if they use their resources correctly or their money correctly, good. So we have somebody else on here. Hi. No, I guess that's Carlos. Okay. Um, um, all right. And question for you, Carlos. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So a question for you. Would you rather be rich or poor?
uh, I'd rather I'd rather be young and rich. Yeah,
Young and rich. Okay. Young and rich.
and not old and poor.
Okay. Now, question for you.
Instead of
Question
is it
for all
better?
of you.
Rich or poor?
And
Yeah.
we have a saying in English um, that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Do you agree with that? That the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Or is it possible for a poor person to become rich?
Sometimes it's possible. The example is, for example, the sportman, the sport people. A person, for example, a kid that was born in a very poor house, and maybe practicing a sport, baseball or football in our case, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe can become a rich man because he's a good football player or baseball player, and so on and
Mm-hmm.
so forth. Yeah, this is one example of how you can become uh, rich instead of you were poor before.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's one way. And when you were describing that, I thought of the real movie. Did you guys see that movie by Sandra Bullock
Yeah, Sandra
about the
Bullock.
football player?
I don't
I can't
remember.
remember.
No,
It's
I
called
can't remember.
The Blind Side in English.
Good.
And her and her husband were very rich, and they kept seeing this boy around, and he was a really big guy, and they brought him into their home, and they taught him how to play football, and he's now a professional football player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
So,
an example, but it's not
yeah.
the only example. There are so many famous actors, for example, in Hollywood, that they
Mhm.
were normal people, not poor, but in middle class or maybe lower than middle class, and they study in the actor studio or
Mhm.
other institutes.
Mhm.
They have became really good actors and good good salary, good money, very famous. Yeah, yeah, it's
Mhm.
possible. Possible.
Okay. So, Kako or Sergio, do you agree with Carlos that a poor person can become rich?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, there's some ways. Carlos, I agree with him.
Mhm.
They given us some examples, and I can add some some entrepreneurs start like poor, but they uh, work on idea, and then this idea can become successful, and they become rich.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we've thought we've identified several. So we have identified athletes, which would that encompasses anybody who plays sports. Okay, you can football player, basketball player, baseball player, hockey player, and then Carlos mentioned celebrities or actors and actresses, and
For
then and now you've mentioned inventors. Um,
There
okay.
is a lottery as well.
And then, of course, the lottery. But do people who win the lottery actually keep the money, or do they
No,
lose it very quickly?
yeah,
not
the lose quickly.
Many of them lose their money.
Yeah.
They many of them don't don't know how to keep their money, how to how to how to do this money increase, how to make his money increase.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So many people do not know how to actually. You can another word you can use is they don't know how to invest their money.
no.
That's a good one, Carlos. What comes easier goes away easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or what comes quickly goes quickly. We
yeah.
can say that.
Same.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and I don't know. I always joke that I am going to win the lottery, but I've never bought a lottery ticket, so I can't really win it if I don't
No,
buy.
I buy the lottery ticket, but I've never. Yeah, every week I bought a ticket, but I've
Uh-huh.
never won it. Yeah.
I have a former student of mine when I was living in Finland. He was the CEO for a large company
Good.
in Finland, and he walked into the classroom one day and he sat down and he said, "Look, I just won 70 euros." And he goes, "This always happens to me, and I don't even need it." And I'm like, "Well, I'm thinking to myself, you can give it to me, dude." So,
Oh yeah.
but he didn't share it, unfortunately. But then he said, yeah, he goes, my income is in the newspaper every year, so I guess I really don't need this. But it's in Finland, lottery money goes to charities, and so in nonprofit organizations and sports clubs and stuff like that. So he felt it was important to give his money that way. But it was funny for me to hear that. So yeah, my income's in the newspaper. So okay, let's go to the next one. Would you rather be rich or poor? Okay, next one is, and I'm okay. Bear with me. Would you rather be a boy or a girl? That's kind of stupid. Let's go to another one. Would you rather be short or tall?
Sorry, teacher. When you ask this question, would you rather be short or tall? The answer will be I rather prefer. No, I rather being.
It would be I would rather would you rather be short or tall? I would rather be whatever is what you would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would rather be.
Sorry, I should have added that teaching moment into this class. I just didn't. So, would you rather be short or tall?
Short or tall.
And I kind of think both these pictures they're both short. So I'm like.
Yeah, they are both short because they are kids.
Yeah.
Two kids. The same kids, not maybe the same kids.
Yeah, exactly. Not the same. So Carlos, how about you? Would you rather be short or tall?
Oh, I would rather be tall. Yeah.
Tall. Are you tall or are you short?
Normal, 1.90 m.
Okay. So, yeah, that's normal in
normal size.
Okay. And how about you, Kako?
I would rather be tall too, because it is socially accepted that is better to be tall. People generally people generally would prefer to be tall if they had the possibility of choosing. Of choosing. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Especially guys. Girls are kind of different, but especially guys. Would you agree, Sergio?
Yes, I agree. I would rather be maybe 10 centimeters more tall.
Oh, really? How tall are you now?
I'm 172, 73.
Okay, so you're just a little bit taller than me. I think 170.
Mm-hmm.
And as a woman, especially when I was younger and when I was in the first grade, I was one of the tallest kids in the class. And I did not like it. I wanted to be one of the short, cute girls, not one of the tall, gangly, awkward girls. So, so I think a lot of girls who are tall, a lot of female women who are tall, want to be short or at least average height. But for guys, I think most guys just want to be tall, right?
I think so.
So, have any of you guys seen the documentary about the tallest man in the world?
Oh, I remember.
I have read scene about a Chinese that is extremely tall, about 2 meters, 30 centimeters, but he suffered a disease, in consequence of which he is always increasing being higher,
Yeah.
he's not
Mhm.
stopped growing. He is not he stopped not growing. I
Stopped
don't
growing.
yeah he's
Yeah.
I don't
So,
know what the name of the disease.
yeah. Do you? If I remember right, when I was watching, it's the pituitary gland. Um, uh, uh, basically. But I think it's called the pituitary gland. But don't ask me where it is on the body because I don't know.
Uh,
This actually right now, yes.
no, I'm. This guy is the tallest.
This one right here. He's from Turkey. He was born in 1982. He's measured 2 meters 51 centimeters, so 8 feet 3 inches, and that was in February 2011. The problem is with him is I think he has difficulty walking. And he took the title from Shi Zhen from China, who measured 236 in height when measured in 2005. So you saw a documentary, I think, about him,
Yeah.
Shi Zheng, and I saw a documentary about this guy. I mean, 1982. I was in. He's actually quite young, but apparently, a lot of these really tall, very difficult time walking because they're way too tall. Let's see if we can.
I can
See if these
say
images will come up.
I can say that he is a very higher person walk awkwardly. I can say in this way, teacher.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, look at the number of pictures here with these men needing canes because they're unable to walk. You know, it's one thing to be tall to be an NBA player, but another one. I mean, look, it's amazing. So I don't know. Would you rather be the tallest or shortest? I wonder about the shortest. Okay. I have not researched this one.
The picture on the right side. In second line, the last one. I think is the opposite. Huh? The tallest and the
shortest. Possibly, shortest,
yeah.
Yeah, that looks right. Let's check. Shortest man in the world. Yeah, you're right. This is the shortest man.
I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave the lesson.
Okay.
So this is 4:30 in the morning. So
okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Are you getting tired?
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
Okay. Okay.
So, thank you very much for your lesson. Very, very interesting, and see you again.
Okay, see you again soon. Thank you, Carlos, for telling me. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. I wonder how old he is. Bye, Carlos. I wonder how old he is. Have you, Kako, have you seen any information on this man?
Yeah, about this, who is the tallest?
The shortest.
On the left. The left. No, on the left. The shortest. I have never heard about him. I have already seen about the other one.
You've read about him, but not around him. I think that's my next reading thing. I'm going to read about him, find out how old he is.
You know what? Even for just for curiosity, everybody look for first the tallest.
Yeah.
Nobody cares the shortest.
Yeah, that's true. My question is, how old is he? You know, and so for him, his pituitary gland works too much, and for him, obviously, his pituitary gland is not working at all. So.
He is like a bonsai of a human.
Yeah. Well, interesting.
Unfortunately for him, I think. Maybe I wonder if he has about 20 years.
Yeah. Let's go to the regular Google and figure this out. If you guys don't mind, we can try to find some vocabulary. So we'll put in be fast. Of course, it's not. Of course, not when I want it to be. Have you noticed that when your computer does not work when you want it to work? It works, but it doesn't work fast. Okay. Shortest man in the world. Living. Shortest man living. So this is the same website we went to for the tallest man. Shortest man is Chandra Bahadur Dange from Nepal. He's 54.6 centimeters. Is something Travel Medical Center in Nepal. But how old is he?
72.
And he claimed to be 72 years old.
Wow.
What a tough life for him.
Yeah. Very. Yeah, I think both the tallest and the shortest, you know. I wonder if he was able to pretend like he was a baby when he was a kid, just pretended like he was a baby so he could hear what was going on. Because you know how sometimes people talk around babies, but when they're older they won't talk around them. So. Okay.
This under the, you know, the second picture. Is his children? Maybe not.
His kids?
Hmm?
Possibly. Who knows? It doesn't say, actually. I hope he was able to have kids and have a normal life. It doesn't. I wonder. And he's still living. He's old.
Yeah, maybe it was able to have no midget descendant. Midget, the word teacher.
Yeah, so maybe
he's a good word.
So maybe.
Or is
midget,
a prejudice word?
Midget is fine. I think I get confused which word is really because it's called dwarfism, but midget, and the other word that I've heard is short people.
Okay, teacher. Okay, I think it is better.
I think short people is what most people what the PC. Last I heard, the short people was the PC way to say it, but I don't know.
Okay, okay.
So
PC,
PC
politically
is
correct.
politically correct. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's better than saying prejudice. You can say, is that PC? Is that PC to say it that way? So, oh, we have somebody in, for women, we have somebody in the States. Okay, in Turkey, U.S., South Africa, India, Netherlands, and Mexico. This is just amazing. Okay, so let's go on to the next topic. Would you rather go to California or New York if you were going to the States? What do you think, Sergio?
Okay. I already know New York, so I would like rather to go to California.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would like enjoy this hot temperature there, and make the road trip between California, San Francisco, LA.
So between so you would say between LA and San Francisco.
Between LA and San Francisco.
My computer just did something wrong. Just bear with me a moment. I don't know what just happened. So, yeah, I went to type it in the chat and just something happened. Not sure what it was. Okay, so yeah, between one place in your what you said, LA and San Francisco, between X and X. So you would like her to do a road trip. I would like to do a road trip between New York and California, or between California and New York.
That would
be
really big road trip.
Yeah, it would be cool. How about you, Kako? Which state would you like to go to?
I would rather go to New York because of the social life there, the opportunity to go out to good place, theatrical plays, musicals, and because it is a cosmopolitan city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would say that New York is probably more cosmopolitan than Los Angeles. So I would agree with you. So and Sergio, have you already been? You said you've already been to New York.
Yes, I have been in New York.
What was your what did you like about New York?
Actually, I went to New York because like I would like to be in the capital of the world. Actually, I agree with Paco. Like yes, it's like it sounds. Where do you live? You live in São Paulo, Rio, Paco?
In Rio, Sergio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So New York is kind of São Paulo, like really big city, and everybody going by, running, really traffic jam, and but yeah, there's a part of Manhattan. There's like you imagining like Hollywoods movies. There's I can say really nice place, everybody like dressed like in the like model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and really expensive city as well.
Yeah, it's very expensive. I've actually had the good pleasure of going to both New York and California, and in my experience, for me it's New York hands down. California, I don't ever care if I go back, but New York, I want to go and spend more time there. But California, I guess I'm also not a hot weather person though, so. And when I think of California, I think of the sun and so forth. So, but that's my personal opinion. So, in Brazil, what is the city that everybody wants to go to?
Rio.
Rio? Okay. Why is Rio so popular?
I think the landscapes, like you can see in my photos, in my picture, beaches here is really famous and really beautiful. And we can have in Rio like two big series in Brazil, really famous, and I think everybody can would like to visit is
Mm-hmm.
are Rio and São Paulo. But São Paulo,
Yeah.
everybody think like working. When you think São Paulo, you think working, and you think Rio, you think beach, relax. Like we can work as well, but first thing
Mm-hmm.
in your mind comes like, oh yeah,
So,
uh,
so São Paulo, people go there when they on work trips, but
yeah,
Rio they go there to party and
yeah.
and to the beach and things like that. Kako, how far do you live from Rio?
I live in the city of Rio, teacher.
Okay, and how far is that from Rio?
No, I live in Rio.
Oh, you
Oh,
live in Rio.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. And Sergio, do you live in Rio as well?
yeah,
Okay, and you just moved there a couple years ago, right?
yeah.
But
I'm come from Recife.
now Rio is is it as big as New York?
No.
No.
Um, uh, it's the same thing happening here in New York as well. The state and the city are the same. They both have the same names.
Uh-huh.
Uh, if you are talking about the state, I think New York is bigger than Rio. I'm not sure. Wow,
Okay.
I think
What is it?
New York
Okay.
is.
I'm Googling it right now. What is the population of Rio? Oh, my computer's being slow.
Let's see. Let me try.
Okay. So
6.3.
6.32 million. Yeah,
Yeah, in New York.
it's smaller than New York City.
Yeah, yeah. But
So,
yeah,
um,
but if in
New York,
comparison with São Paulo, I think I'm looking for São Paulo.
yeah. So New York City is 8.3 million, and Rio was 2.6. Okay.
São Paulo is 44. 44
44
million.
million. Let's see, what is the largest city in the world? I did this with another class just last weekend. Not sure why. I think it was a small class like this one, and we got off topic. So, city populations.
Oh,
So, do you guys like cities better than small towns, or which do you prefer? Big cities or small towns? I live in a small town of 850 people, and I think I prefer big cities.
Me too.
So Tokyo is the largest city with 37 million people. Then Jakarta, then Seoul. I lived in the Seoul metropolitan area for a while. And then New York is number 8. And then I wonder.
Sao Paulo, 9.
Yeah, Sao Paulo is bigger than Rio. I didn't realize that. For some reason, I was thinking Rio was bigger. And Rio is number 22. And Los Angeles is 17, so Los Angeles is actually bigger than Rio as well. Huh, okay. And Bogota is here. I didn't realize Bogota was that big. And bigger than London. Wow. And very few U.S. cities here. So.
Where do you live in Finland?
I lived in Tampere. Let's see. It was 2 hours north of Helsinki, and it was about a 3-hour train ride from St. Petersburg. So.
St. Petersburg?
Yeah.
Wow.
Finland is actually very close to Russia. And
oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I mean, I'm terrible on geography.
Oh, really? Yeah. And so I'm just going to type in Finland. I lived. I live in Idaho now, though. So, and that's quite small. Finland. Yeah, this is the area I live now. Somewhere over. Actually, I live below the map, down here somewhere. But okay, so Finland. Oops. That's what happens when you get. You get ahead of yourself. Okay, so Finland. Hurry. Okay, so this is Turku is the second largest city. Helsinki is of course the largest city, and I lived in Tampere, which is about right where this Finland is right there. And it was 2 hours to Turkey, 2 hours to Helsinki. And I think I spent more time when I would travel to Turku and take the boat over to Stockholm. Oh. So that's what I did a lot. So, and then St. Petersburg is just right here. Mm-hmm. So it's a 3-hour train ride. And then a lot. Sometimes I would go to Helsinki and then take the boat over to Tallinn. And I spent some time in Riga as well. And so yeah, this is a nice area of the world, but it's also small. This entire country only has 5 million people. So imagine the population of Rio in this country.
Yeah.
Wow. Rio is 6.2 million, so it's. And I think Sweden has about 8 million people, so that's the population of New York City. So, and I never got to Norway, and I'm not sure why. I just never got there. I heard it was very expensive. So.
In Finland as well?
Finland is, yeah, but I heard that Norway was even more expensive than Finland. So. Okay, let's look at Brazil. Now, is Brazil the only country in South America that speaks Portuguese?
It is.
It is the only one. Okay. So so Rio's right here. Okay, so they're both coastal towns. So is this area of Brazil very rural?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know that word?
Rural.
Rural.
No, rural.
Rural.
There
And
are
there's urban.
there are big cities in the interior also,
Uh-huh.
teacher.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But most of them are small cities or middle
So we would say
middle
mid-sized. Mid-sized cities.
mid-size or mid-size. Yeah.
That's very similar to like the U.S. Like Denver, Colorado it's a city and it's a large city, but it's compared to many cities in the world, it's just a mid-sized city. Okay. Yeah.
For example, São Paulo,
Mm-hmm.
the state, São Paulo state has the number that Sergio said, about 44 million people.
Wow.
And São Paulo city, the capital of São Paulo state, has about 11 million. And then it is bigger than New York. New York has, as you said, a little more than 8 million.
Yes.
As Rio has 6 million.
Wow.
But Belo Horizonte is another city, little than Rio. There are big capitals like Belo Horizonte, Porto Alegre, in the south of Brazil.
Okay.
Florianópolis in Santa Catarina state. No, in the south. In the south of the country.
It's the southern part. Okay. Yeah.
Brazil is a very diverse country.
Yeah, that's what I've heard about it. That you've got the big cities, and then you have the urban areas, the big cities, and then you have the rural areas. But that's true of every country, actually. So, but I have a former colleague who married a guy from Brazil, and they traveled down to Brazil, of course, every year, every couple of years, to see his family. And from what she has described, it's up in. She says it's up in the middle of nowhere. So, but she's from Georgia, so.
Yeah. Where you are with the pointer, it is the Amazonian region. It is most of it is a wilderness. It is
okay.
It has a low demographic density.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Very similar to like I'm showing you Idaho, where I'm from. 75% of the state of Idaho, and this is Idaho right here. We've got Washington State, Oregon, and then California is right here, and then Idaho is right here. And do you see all this green? That's all of national forests. So no one lives on this land.
No one?
And no one. And so it's I think it's a vast area, and every summer we have forest fires, and and so forth. But population-wise, since much of this area is all mountain, very few people live here, and then down in this area, this is where all the potato farms are, and this area has farms as well. I live somewhere, here's Nampa, I live somewhere about right here is where I'm living, somewhere in this area. And I'm only just a few minutes away from Oregon.
Okay, teacher.
So.
Do you know, teacher, if there are savage indigenous tribes in the U.S. That live in the jungle?
No, we don't have any of that anymore. So we do have Native Americans, or we also call them Indians. But there are reservations in different, like there's a reservation area somewhere over between Pocatello and Idaho Falls, and so we have some Indian reservations all over the U.S. But U.S. does not have any tribes indigenous to the country, but they do in Brazil, don't they?
Yes,
okay.
there are today still there are a lot of tribes most of them in the Amazonian jungle, Amazonian forest.
I've seen a little bit about that in the Amazon, the different tribes and so forth. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys learned some new words and got a chance to practice English just a little bit more. And I thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher Holly.
Thank you. Thanks. Have a great day. And I'll be back online in about 4 hours. So, see you later. Bye.
See you.
See you later. Bye. Bye, Sergio.
Bye, Taco. Bye, Holly.